Hello and welcome to the International Conservatory of Magic video lessons number 1. What we're going to learn today is something that I call sharing the spotlight, as you can see by this sign right over here. This is a very effective card routine that you can do either by making a board like this and placing the cards on it, or by just using an ordinary deck of cards as seated at a table. Basically, this is the effect. Unfortunately, being with the video lessons, I can't actually perform the trick, but I can explain it. While the magician is out of the room, anybody in the audience points to any one of these cards or touches the card. When the magician returns to the room, the magician is able to name which card the person pointed. It sounds amazing, and it is. Basically, it works like this. While the magician is out of the room, somebody that is working with the magician, unbeknownst to the audience, a secret assistant, if you will, notices the card that was touched by the audience member. When the magician returns, the secret assistant gives a code to the magician that points out which card was actually selected. As I stated before, it does not have to be done on a board like this. It can be done seated at a table with an ordinary deck of cards. This key is in this card down here in the corner. You will see the 10 of spades. Basically what happens is the secret assistant points to each card. The audience may know that this is the magician's assistant and knows that there may be a code of some sort, even though they don't know what the code is, or it could be a person that the magician just picks out of the audience and just proceeds to point to cards. When the selected card is the ace of spades. When the secret assistant gets down to the 10 of spades, which is our key card, the secret assistant will point to the upper left-hand corner spade. Because if you'll notice, this entire arrangement of cards is laid out like the 10 of spades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly the same arrangement as the pips on the 10 of spades. Now, as soon as the secret assistant touches each card, the secret assistant comes down to the 10 of spades, touches the top left-hand corner pip, which means the card was indeed the ace of spades. Of course, the effect can be repeated. I, of course, never recommend a trick being repeated twice, as you will see as you enter the inner sanctum of the International Conservatory of Magic. In the Magician's Code, only perform a trick once. But that's how you do sharing the spotlight. And as a final note, and we have to make this quick because this is an internet video, this can also be done with the guest of honor at a particular function. You can train the guest of honor how to do this system briefly before the show starts. And then, during the show, you can call the guest of honor up and the guest of honor can perform a real miracle. Very, very effective. I hope you get a lot out of this. This is Bobby J. Gallo, co-director of the International Conservatory of Magic with Sharing the Spotlight, your video lesson number 1. Thank you. Hello, this is Bobby J. Gallo, co-director of the International Conservatory of Magic with the ICOM video lesson number 1. The lesson we're going to learn today is something that I call sharing the spotlight, as you can see by this plaque right here next to me. This is a very effective card routine, a mind-reading style effect that is good close-up as well as stage. You can either make up a jumbo sign just like this, with the cards laid out exactly as you see them here, or you can do this with an ordinary deck of cards seated at a card table. Basically, the effect goes like this. The magician leaves the room as a spectator from the audience comes up and touches one of the cards on this sign as you see it right here. When the magician returns to the room, a second spectator touches each card. When the second spectator comes to the selected card, the magician immediately knows that was the card that was mentally selected by the audience member just a moment prior. How does this work? Very easy. Basically, the second spectator is a confederate, a stooge, or anything else you would like to call it. I like to call them a secret assistant. a person working with the magician unbeknownst to the audience. This can either be your ordinary assistant that you normally work with, or this could be somebody that you coach just before the show that's a member of the party that you're going to. Perhaps the guest of honor. That would be wonderful. This way the guest of honor could actually perform a miracle during the show. Basically, it works just like this. The key is in the 10 of spades in the corner. That's our key chord. And our key chord. You know what a key chord is? I have absolutely no idea. Let's do it again. Key chord. Such an idiot. Hello, this is Bobby J. Gallo, co-director at the International Conservatory of Magic with the ICOM video lesson number 1. For this lesson, we're going to learn something that I call sharing the spotlight. As you can see by this sign right over here, it's called sharing the spotlight because basically during many performances, I will get somebody up out of the audience to help with the routine. In this way, we can, of course, share the spotlight. The routine goes something like this. The magician leaves the stage or leaves the room, hides their eyes, or basically whatever you would like to do. A person out of the audience, could be anybody, comes up and touches any one of the cards on this sign. Now it's important to note that this routine does not have to be done with a sign like I have right here. You can actually do this with an ordinary deck of cards seated at a table. After the spectator selects the card, the magician re-enters the room, and a second spectator touches each card as you see laid out in this diagram right here. When the second spectator comes to the selected card, the magician immediately knows what card was selected by the first spectator. A miracle? It's unbelievably easy, as you will see right now. Basically what you need is a confederate, or a stooge, or a secret assistant, as I like to call them. That's a person that's actually working with you that also knows how to do the routine. You can do this one of two ways. You can use your ordinary assistant that you normally work with, or you can use somebody that is already at the party and you could coach them very quickly before the show, of course having them take an oath of secrecy that they're never going to tell how this is done. This is how they do it. They're actually giving you a secret code that lies in the 10 of spades that you see right down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Basically, let's say hypothetically that the first spectator touched the ace of spades. When the second spectator, who is your secret assistant, starts touching the cards, they touch all of the cards basically anywhere. But when they get down to the key card, which is the 10 of spades, they touch the upper left-hand corner pip, which donates the ace of spades. As you can see right here, the entire layout of the cards are laid out exactly like the pips on the 10 of spades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly like the pips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if the secret assistant pointed to the upper left-hand corner pip, that of course would mean the first spectator selected the ace of spades. And that's basically how it's done. So I hope you can make a great routine out of this. I know this works professionally for me. This is Bobby J. Gallo for the ICOM video lesson number 1, Sharing the Spotlight. Good. That one felt good. I think that was a little